What's going on?
What's going on, Mr. Johnny Bang Reilly?
What's that?
All right, cool, wicked, man. I just wanted to kind of get your take on.
1 second, let me just adjust light. See, not there, we're on.
All right, so for you guys, if anybody's
It's
watching,
the first time I've been in bed in a month. Can you imagine that?
Really?
Yeah, I was in that bipolar dip again, innit? So I just turned the light off and slept.
Okay,
wait for it to go away.
Do you find yourself more productive? Are you able to be productive throughout that kind of the dip?
Yeah, I mean, in the summer it's a little bit easier. You just kind of push yourself out of the bed. I mean, sometimes I can't even take a shower. I just got to put my running shoes on and get out the door. And then once I start moving, then it tends to make it a little bit better. You have to learn to not give a fuck about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
About your rhythms. That kind of pressure. Like, the biggest problem bipolar people have is other people.
Yeah.
Their problem with dealing with you, that you're different.
Yeah.
You know, you come from an environment that believes in fashion. Everybody should wear the same stuff.
Yeah.
That's the construct. Imagine what that does to the individual, man.
Yeah.
They're full of psych wards. Psych wards are full of individuals. I know what it's about. I know that when I collapse and don't want to talk and don't want to listen and don't want to do it, don't even want to go to the toilet, I want to try. It's me. Everybody, but when around you, they start going, oh, get up and why don't you get over it and you get up and you get over it. That's what you do. That's not what I do. Oh, you were lazy. Really? Let me give you this 10-ton weight that I'm carrying right now and see if you can get up and go to work. So the number one thing is not to give a shit about what anybody thinks. That's the best medicine. When you was a baby, one day, sometimes you don't want to sleep. Yeah. You keep your parents up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be awake all night. It's part of your development.
Yeah.
But what do people do? Start giving their baby tranquilizers named Calpol and stuff like that. Ruin the development. Energy. That is realizing itself in this body, in this country, with these parents, with these friends, with these emotions. I'm an entity that's realizing itself, and I'm going, I trust you, mate. I'm on the journey with you. Because the only part with the personality is constructed through fears and limitations. That's what's given to me by other people. And the book Soul is all about giving you the bravery to let yourself go. Leave yourself alone. Learn about it, its madness and its coolness. It's all for a purpose. You got to be a watcher, man. Not be in the body. Let it do its thing.
Because it's like, I remember ages ago we done I think it was an interview with Roger Gracie where he was talking about the concept of pain, and it was that same thing. It was what
was he said? It's just pain.
It's just pain. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a wonderful interview, man. I said, what do you do when the person is strangling you and like when you're getting choked in jiu-jitsu? It's a strange thing. It's like, you know, like you've got a screen like this, and then you use an app. It gets a little round dot, and then all the imagery goes away, and then the film's finished.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens when you're getting choked. It goes like this, and then light goes out. So when he relaxed, the other guy was like, man, it's not working. He said the majority of the time that's how he got out of chokes. By messing with the confidence of the person that was choking him. With doing what? Being calm. Acceptance, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I often think about being homeless. I was homeless a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
So when the winter comes, I have this habit. I'm walking along the street and I'm looking, I'm going, is that a warm spot? I still got this fallout from when I was homeless as a child. Oh, yeah, I could sleep there if it was snowing. I still do it now, even though I'm to live. When they put these protocols on you that your life should be sanitized, not every human being could do that. And then those human beings get sick. Because that privilege is, you know, not theirs. You'd open the scope. I'm going to be calm and not give a shit no matter what happens to me. What kind of human being would happen then without the cork top? Flowing?
Yeah.
What happened then? The fascia of your cell, the key lock that you were talking about. It won't be like this anymore because it's been eroded by cortisol. It'll be like this. Because I don't fall apart when somebody hits me on the chin.
Yeah.
Because I have no expectations. Other than, oh, this is going to be fun. Let's try a couple of moves.
Yeah.
The other person that wants to win, as soon as you crack them, oh, I'm losing. They fall to pieces. But if you go in there with no expectations and go, okay, there's another molding. I'm going to learn by losing, or I'm going to work forward. I'm going to happen to win. But both places, I'm going to find out about skill or tolerance. Tolerance seems to be the most valuable thing at the moment. To be able to tolerate anything. And maybe maybe in my life story, I'm about to get some things that's preparing me for the future self that's going to live in a very harsh place.
Yeah.
If I have heavy expectations, then the harsh place comes without my say-so, and I haven't been ready to be accepting and had the kind of the stimulation of dealing with problems through internally, then when the harsh time comes, I'm going to be in shock and break.
Yeah.
So if I'm learning just to keep my composure no matter what, it's like, you know, if you're on a ship and you fall in the rough seas, you panic, you're gone.
Yeah.
But the guy that's fallen overboard a few times, he's cool. You see him floating these massive waves. He's like this. No, I'm gonna stay here. I'm not gonna speed up my demise, panic.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do to change it.
And the more he calms down, and boom, a piece of wood comes past. He goes, bam! Now I know why I was calm. I was waiting for you. And he floats off.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That whole tolerance thing. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I do art anymore. I think I just try to give myself obstacles and difficult things. So even when I make music, I'm going, let me make music that nobody's ever heard before so they can reject me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And get angry and go, oh, that's outside of my intelligence. Now I feel stupid because I can't name it. I don't mind all of that.
Yeah.
How do I deal with that? How do I control the ego and accept? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm chasing owning, man. That's my sport.
Yeah. That's it.
You know? And not giving it is what preserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
I think that's the cool thing about the book is that it's just is when you feel that kind of if you're in that moment and you feel that kind of way, you can refer to a page of it and just be like, it just gives you perspective. Everything is just like like literally the other day I was just kind of scanning through it, take a random page, bam, and it gives you that kind of something to reference, a point of reference.
So
And yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
It's as simple as that. I love the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love. It's like Kevin is like this. It's very difficult. I don't even want to describe him. You know what I mean? Like people see a fighter, he ain't fighting.
Yeah.
He's discovering. Even in his losses, I think he relishes the loss more because he finds out how like this amazing way that he adapts and tolerates the loss and accepts it. And all that, and then you see the spirit and the soul and the self-value and all of these type of things. They keep, that doesn't matter. I was in there and my intentions were good. Yeah, physics, and the other guy might have had better sleep than me. He might have had a better flight. Might have less problems in his life. Ate some better food, and bam, that's why he got me quicker than whatever. It's just all them little physics. The next time, Kevin might get the physics right and return the favour to the other geezer.
Yeah.
But we'll see how he deals with getting shellacked. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's where the champions are. It's not about how many fights you win. It's about how many fights you've had.
Yeah. So it's what when you lose, how you come back.
That's where the gold is.
Yeah.
Orchids, man. What do they grow out of? The most horrible, darkest, shittiest mud.
Yeah.
The deeper the mud, the brighter the orchid. You know what I mean? So all of those downtimes you're being planted, don't think that you're being buried. Think you're being planted.
Because you gotta have that dirt to grow roots, innit? At the end of the day. Yeah.
See it there?
Yeah.
What have you taken? Well, you know, imagine you got a kid like a Muay Thai kid He's had 500 fights before the public even see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's going to stand there and you knee him in the body and he's like... But it's all of those losses and the when he wake up and say, I didn't die. Then you get the serenity. The serenity with danger. It didn't break them. That comes from experience. The next time I won't feel like the first time I got stabbed. You think I'll be looking for the blade? I'll be going to work, man. 100%. My mistake the last time was going, whoa, and then I got another one, then another one, and another one. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can tell you, getting stabbed, it doesn't hurt. It don't hurt. It's only when you're trying to recover, when your lungs punctured, that's the painful part, trying to get back into life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To heal and reconstruct it, then it gets a little bit painful because nerve ends are starting to fire. You know what I mean?
But in the moment, it just...
Adrenaline's a wonderful drug, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
we tried to do a live video previously, and I was actually in a phone shop, so it was like there was random random noise coming in, and yeah, it was kind of a bit distracting. So we're attempting to do it again now. So yeah, man. If you could basically, I don't know, like I have, you know, my interpretation of what the book is, which is like, it's just 350 pages of medicine. But how did you kind of, how long have you been writing for? Like,
oh man, I don't know. Kind of got interested in writing when, well, rhyming. I got interested in rhyming when I first heard the Sugar Hill Gang, you know, Rapper's Delight.
okay, is that the one that
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like me and my friend tried to learn that song verbatim, and then years later, it kind of like the hip hop culture really hit London. People were like busking on the street, you know what I mean? People started to do graffiti. You know, the whole American culture started to appear.
Yeah.
All around me. Even though it was kind of like the American culture was kind of like, well, a part of American culture was in my life from birth, because my mother was like a teddy girl.
Oh, okay.
You know, like my uncles are all teddy boys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like dress up like Elvis type thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With the quiff and all that shit. So it was quite a bit of the American culture, and I think that's what kept me in touch, kept me looking towards America all the time. Most of the movies were in America, and then I discovered, because everything was like MGM, you know what I mean? Universal and Fox and big productions and all of this, and all of a sudden, boom, left field came these people that got my attention on the same level as if you spent multi-millions on a film and they were just spinning on their head. In their whole culture, I was like, wow, like there was this other culture that was spending millions to keep my attention in front of the television, right? And there was this other culture that wasn't funded at all that took me away from that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then there was a scene in London, and there was like a lot of like open mics, and there was a club called the B.A.N.G, and like local guys would go in there and spit. And I remember this little Turkish guy went in there. We didn't kind of do it on the beat. He kind of just done poetry and fought the beat. And I'll never forget that. And his words were just tumblings of rhymes, not like waiting for the end of the sentence. You know, it was just like woven with rhyme, you know, what he chose to rhyme with and stuff. I'll never forget the guy. And then I started to kind of mess with it a little bit, but more the wordsmanship. And then I went to go and visit a friend of mine that was a DJ in Munich. I was supposed to do some music with him, but he was busy with other people. And during the day he would sleep because he was the DJ, so I would kind of sleep as well, do nothing. You know what I mean? And then at night he would go and DJ. He would leave me in the house with a joint yeah? And he had like an amazing catalogue of hip-hop music. So I just put the headphones on because his landlord didn't like the noise. But anyway, so I started listening. Then I got introduced to Dr. Dre and Eminem and all of that. And that's when I started messing about with words. And I found that in the process of trying to express myself through words, I used to focus so much that my brain would switch off and all I would concentrate on was the words. Then I just did it a lot more. You know what I mean? It was like every time I went into that mode of writing, it was the closest to what I've heard heroin is like, because it just blanks out everything. So when I write, you know, I've been known to start writing when it's still daylight, and then I lift my head up, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's nighttime. You know. And I don't want to eat. Don't want to eat. You know, to take a shit or a piss is annoying. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I like it. But you know, the number one subject is to get rid of fear. That's what the book Soul is about, you know, how to deal with fear, you know what I mean? And not really like attack fear itself, but just explain to people what they'll be missing out on through cowardice. You know what I mean? And you could die by being fearless and trying to expand boundaries. Because you didn't know the physics properly. You know what I mean? There's a kid now who's in a wheelchair because he liked to do somersaults on a bike. Right? But everybody saw him, saw the mistakes he made. Now they do him standard. You know? So, but there's a lot of life to be lived, you know? And you won't know until you just... The cowardice is somebody else's idea implanted in your nervous system. Yo, human beings are only supposed to work at 40%. Trying to sell it like it's 100%. And your instincts are telling you there's more to go. And you're just, no, don't do that. It's sinful. You start bringing religion in it and shit, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, shit, you know, it's a little bit too black. Oh, that's a little bit too white. Oh, that's a little bit too Chinese. Oh, that's a little bit gay. Oh, that's a little bit transgender. You know what I mean? It's like all these, like, ends of mazes, like, just put in your head by other people that you trust. But I've lived long enough to go, I was humble, man. I was listening to everybody. I was doing what they said. And then I looked in the mirror and it was carnage. Carnage. I was crushed. Crushed by their limited ideas. And their egos going, please don't go past me. Please don't be bigger or faster. Otherwise I'll get self-conscious. Get over yourself. Wish the other person to fly, man. But that's what soul's about. That's what his soul is about, right? Service, teaching another you. Like, I see it every day with my kids, bro. They're far more, like, they're more fearless than me. I'm not gonna stifle that. Are you mad? So anyway, get the book. Enjoy the book. We put our heart and soul in it. You know what I mean? I didn't just do this book with anybody. I did it with a person that I felt, even though he's younger than me, has a whole other way of explaining the same subject, you know, because I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. That's why I shared the language. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Us, Soul, get the book. We love you. Peace out.